Walk down any street, any mall, any hallway, everyone is bowing to their screen. Our devices are beeping, buzzing, begging us to swipe, like, love, tweet, retweet, send, reply, forward.
FaceTime, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, Vine, Kick.
This is Brooke, a California teenager. She's 15 years old now and a self-professed recovering cell phone and social media addict.
How long was she on her phone each day?
When she got home from school at 3 o'clock until she went to bed at 9.
It was more.
It was more.
Brooke says she would be up until 4 o'clock in the morning and later.
Second a text went off, a second, someone Snapchats me or FaceTimes me, I always answered, and I always waited and waited and waited for someone to reply. It was like my heart, I couldn't put it down.
Teenagers have always had a fear of missing out, but it's just mushroomed. It's nuclear.
And Brooke's selfies reveal a troubling progression, imitating bad behavior she was exposed to online with her phone.
The more she started to change and act out, the more we started to really clamp down. And then that created anger.
Brooke was always 2 clicks ahead of her parents, Jim and Stephanie.
I was constantly making different accounts. I had 6 accounts on Instagram. I had multiple Snapchats. I changed the usernames, the passwords. I would block them.
We took her phone, she'd go and buy someone else's phone.
How are you so smart about all this?
Honestly, I don't know. It was like they took my phone and I just panicked.
Anytime her parents took the phone away, Brooke would go ballistic.
It was like a knockdown, drag-out fight, practically, to get that phone out of her hand. She would say that, without my phone, I have nothing.
There was no relationship. We were just a means to provide her with food and shelter and money.
And a phone.
And a phone.
And a phone.
A winter night in Michigan, an ordinary house on an ordinary street. People just trying to get some sleep. But somebody's up late, trigger-happy with that rat-a-tat keyboard, on a computer playing first-person shooter video games. The boy in the bedroom is Josh. He's 14 years old, and his parents, Al and Christina, say he won't stop, can't stop playing.
What's a typical day in Josh's life?
Sleeping until 11, 12, and then he would be on until 1, 2 in the morning.
12 hours.
Easily.
Easily 12.
Yeah.
They say Josh's obsession began in 8th grade when he built himself a gaming computer and installed it in his room.
Get out.
You think that was the turning point?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, that was much more exciting to be on and much more addictive.
Josh says he's playing up to 60 hours a week.
Josh has been in his room since 4 o'clock, nearly 5 hours gaming.
But why didn't you just take the computer away? I don't understand.
Because when we did take it away, there was a lot of problems in our house with his behavior.
They confiscate the computer, shut down the Wi-Fi, even remove the router and lock it in the car. Josh responds by throwing things and punching walls.
There was like a shutdown in communication.
Was it just the constant fighting with him?
Yeah, it was very emotional.
Al is not only afraid of what Josh might do, he's afraid of what he might do.
If it got further, it could have been a problem. It could have been physical, and I didn't want that. And
So he was trying to physically stop you?
Yeah.
He throws up his hands and leaves Christina to handle the conflict on her own. And sometimes it does get physical.
They exaggerate. My mom thinks that I hit her because she takes away my games. I don't do that. She calls it hitting because I swat her hand away.
There's just a lot of anger, lots of anger.
Emotional outburst.
Yeah.
It sounds completely out of control.
Yeah, it was. Josh, you need to get off.
Okay, stop.
Midnight, 1 a.m., 2 in the morning.
Why are you stalking me?
All these late night fights leave Christina exhausted.
It's after 3 o'clock, and I told you to get off at 1.
Stop!
If you want to make changes, it's hard work.
They turn to Kevin Roberts. He works with kids having trouble with too much screen time.
Do you have any support?
It doesn't have to be just gaming. It could be texting. It could be the smartphone.
Roberts is the author of Cyber Junkie and Get Off That Game Now.
Your mother is afraid to get rid of the video game system and the computer because she's afraid of how you'll react.
It's not my fault that she's scared of me.
What's this one, you think?
In Ohio, we meet Maria, 40 years old, an attorney, mother of 4.
Good job, Jude.
She's not a single mother, it just seems that way. She has a husband, Chris, aged 44, but you can't meet him right now because although Chris and Maria have built a life together, careers, a nice home, beautiful children, on any given evening, Chris is down in the basement, past the pink castle and the buckets of children's toys. You may think he's too old for this, but the average video gamer is 35.
Oh, someone shot me in the face.
I'm running toward the front line.
And this one has been taken prisoner by a pastime.
You're done.
Cheese. Chris was still playing video games, so we ended up coming to the park and having some fun here.
How many hours a day does he spend playing games?
He'll take a whole Saturday and go into the evening, from the time he wakes up till
The time he goes to
the
bed?
times he goes to bed, yeah.
So 18 hours?
Possibly. It's 2 a.m. and I just checked in on Chris and he's still playing video games.
Ever since they got married more than a decade ago, Maria says Chris is often a no-show for much of their life.
Happy Thanksgiving. I'm headed up to our family football game. Chris opted not to play with us. He is going to be playing video games instead.
Why would you stay with a partner who is that disengaged?
I don't know. I think that I really felt like this was a in sickness and in health moment. And yes, it's hard, but I was committed to him and I still am committed to him. So we have a house full of people and he is in the basement playing video games.
Oh God, come here, bro, come here.
Missing life's sweet moments.
So Bailey's trying blackberries for the first time.
Maria is there to see their toddler's first taste of a blackberry, and so are you.
What do you think, Zaylee? Do you like them? Do you love him?
The only one not there is her father, Chris.
All right, what's next, boys?
Part of your heart must break for what he's missing.
It does.
They're living in a split screen. Chris gets online, Maria gets the kids in line. Playtime for him, bath time for her. Downstairs, play. Upstairs, pray.
I am going to go to bed because I'm super tired. This is how we function, and this is how we do it.